Backed by popular demand, WWE superstar Dolph Ziggler returns to the world-famous Kowloon Entertainment and Dining Complex in Saugus, Massachusetts, Saturday night, December the 12th, with 2 stand-up comedy shows at 7:30 p.m. and 9:45 p.m. VIP tickets include priority seating and a post-show meet and greet. Advance tickets are on sale now via charge by phone at 781-484-6002. For complete information on Dolph's only East Coast comedy appearances, visit KowloonRestaurant.com and check out Dolph on Twitter at HeelZiggler. We'll see you live at Kowloon December the 12th.
New York City, on Saturday, December 26th. Feel the thrill with 2 championship matches in one night. Don't miss John Cena battle Alberto Del Rio for the United States Championship. Plus, Dean Ambrose takes on Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship. Experience all the action live. It's the WWE Live Holiday Tour at MSG, Saturday, December 26th. Tickets and VIP packages are available.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Marati here at MWF Studios, just north of Boston in downtown Melrose, Massachusetts, as we take a look at WWE Survivor Series from November 22nd, 2015 in Atlanta, GA. I was big on the event. It really got people talking in the aftermath. I apologize for being MIA with the Wrestling Insider shows in recent weeks between my work here and the Millennium Wrestling Federation and some ongoing health issues. It's been a busy time, both good and bad. I wasn't aware that there was an opening match, but Neville, Titus O'Neil, the Dudley Boys, and Goldust defeated Stardust, The Miz, The Ascension, and Bo Dallas. O'Neil, the Dudleys, and Goldust were the survivors. O'Neil replaced Cesaro, who is unfortunately out of action 4 to 6 months as he needs shoulder surgery. In the opening contest in the pay-per-view in the WWE Heavyweight Championship Tournament semifinal, Roman Reigns defeated the WWE United States Champion Alberto Del Rio with the spear as Del Rio was coming off the top rope. I thought this match was excellent, much better than Del Rio's championship win over John Cena last month in LA at the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view. Del Rio's in much better shape than he was during his first run, but there's still something missing there for Del Rio to be a top guy. Seb Coulter's outstanding, but Del Rio doesn't have chemistry with him or much of anyone. He could really use Ricardo Rodriguez to do his introductions, but there's a lot of hurt feelings between Ricardo and WWE, or at least there were when he was released a couple of years back. At a time when WWE's lack of roster depth continues to be exposed week in and week out, they need solutions to the main event heel positions right now. Del Rio has flopped each time he's been put in that spot, whether a babyface or a heel, and the crowds are silent for him when he comes out, and he's only been back a couple of weeks. However, this was a solid victory for Reigns as he headed into the finals to end the pay-per-view. In the second semifinal, Dean Ambrose defeated the WWE Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens. Lost here was that both the U.S. and Intercontinental Champions were pinned in the first 2 matches on the same show. Another really good match here, though. Owens went for a pop-up powerbomb, only to have Ambrose reverse it into a Hurricane Rana, followed by a Dirty Deeds for the pin. I'd love to see a lengthy feud between Ambrose and Owens. WWE made an excellent call pairing these two up. In a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match that WWE never even bothered to announce, Ryback, the Usos, and Lucha Dragons defeated the WWE Tag Team Champions New Day, Sheamus, and King Barrett. Eliminations went as followed. Sin Cara pinned Barrett. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods double-teamed and pinned Jimmy Uso. Sheamus pinned Sin Cara with the bro kick. Jey Uso beat Big E. Then Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston picked up the injured Big E, and they just walked to the back. That left Sheamus alone with Ryback, Jey Uso, and Kalisto. Went on for a little bit. Uso hit a super kick on Sheamus. Kalisto hit the Hurricane Rana, and Ryback pinned him with the shell shock. Will Ryback be a top contender for the championship now? This was another really good match. While the New Day was around, they continue to have far more fan interest than any of the other top heels right now, short of the Wyatt family. Once the New Day bounced, the fans were ready to see this match end. WWE Divas Champion Charlotte defeated Paige after the distasteful ending to Raw last week, where Charlotte's brother's death was mocked. There was a lot of eyeballs on this matchup. This was a solid women's match, but the fans, they were dead for most of it, at least live in Atlanta. The women continue to be treated as a bathroom break more often than not, as WWE's version of the Diva Revolution isn't executed anywhere near as well as the women's presentation in NXT that has been very successful thus far. In the end, I have to say this match was a failure. WWE dedicated the main event segment on Raw to these two, only to leave fans angry and a live crowd during the pay-per-view in Atlanta that didn't care about what they were doing. Tyler Breeze defeated Dolph Ziggler. I really liked this matchup, other than it wasn't that long. It needed more time to establish a story here, but Breeze was given a pinfall victory over an established star in his pay-per-view debut. I don't know if in 25 years we'll be flashing back to Tyler Breeze's 2015 Survivor Series debut, but stranger things have happened, right? At a time when WWE's depth chart on the heel side is awful, I'd continue to push Breeze long and hard. Don't give up on him or turn him into a 50-50. You win this week, then you lose next week, mid-card type guy that so many guys have fallen into with the lack of long-term creative in WWE right now. Isn't it something that Ziggler was a featured part of the main event of Survivor Series last year, even getting the final pin after Sting's interference, and is once again in no man's land despite working hard and continuing to put forth a tremendous effort. Disappointing for the fans more than anyone because they genuinely like Ziggler. The Undertaker and Kane defeated Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. If you watch Survivor Series live, you were part of something pretty special, fans. No words were needed during Undertaker's entrance, so I'm glad Michael Cole was muted instead of telling us what a great sports entertainer Undertaker has been for the last 25 years. I wish that my friend Paul Bearer was alive for this night. It would have meant so much to him, even if he wasn't there to manage Undertaker and Kane. I'm sure he was there in spirit, though. This match was different than anything else on the show, and that's not a bad thing. It was a really good brawl where Rowan was taken out of commission before the match even started, and then Undertaker and Kane double chokeslam Strowman on the Spanish announce table. Some really cool, fun spots in the ring with Undertaker and Kane. Overall, a match that stood out on this card, paying great respect to one of the greatest you'll ever see, that being The Undertaker. You know The Undertaker's closer to the end than the beginning, but you really have to enjoy each and every time you get to see the dead man from here on out. I've been saying that for a couple of years now. In the main event, Roman Reigns defeated Dean Ambrose to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Would have liked to have seen this match been held off until a WrestleMania down the road where two friends went at it for the title, the championship, whatever you want to call it, but injuries forced the hand. Reigns' first taste of gold since his debut at Survivor Series 3 years ago. This was another match that was rushed, but you knew things weren't done when the pay-per-view seemed to have ended with about 20 minutes left. The celebration for Reigns was also short, but it was really memorable with the pyro and the confetti. I wish they'd do this every time the title changes hands to make the championships come off as more important than they do more often than not in 2015. Triple H came out to congratulate Reigns, but Reigns was having none of it. He speared Triple H into a sea of confetti, leading to Sheamus coming out and hitting a bro kick on the new champion from behind. He cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase that he won back in June. Reigns kicked out of the bro kick, but Sheamus hit a second one. We have a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion in Sheamus. I thought this angle was great. The quote-unquote pro to having Roman Reigns lose the title right now is that he doesn't have many top heel challenges for the gold if he kept it, and that's a killer to a new babyface champion. If you go back 25 years to WrestleMania 6, look at the heel foes that the Ultimate Warrior had waiting for him after WrestleMania 6. The quote-unquote con is that nobody cares about Sheamus, and I mean nobody. He's another one like Del Rio that might be pushed, but the fans aren't buying. Will Sheamus being aligned with the Authority help get him over stronger? I imagine. But into a true main eventer, where it hasn't worked so many times over the years, I have my doubts on that. Is this the direction WWE needed to go to get fans to cheer Reigns winning the belt next go-around? It's a great play on reverse psychology if it's true, as the fans I was interacting with on Twitter last night hated this something severe and were almost begging for Reigns to be the champion. Did you ever think you'd see that? You've got to look at it from a business point of view no matter what, though. Reigns is going to be WWE's guy, so they have to do everything possible to get as many fans to rally behind him as possible. It's that simple. I'd like to see Reigns lose his fake contact lenses, forget about doing his monotone promos, and just talk and wrestle in short, explosive bursts, where he was over as hell at the 2013 Survivor Series and 2014 Royal Rumble. That's the Reigns fans have shown that they want to see and that they want to support. There you have it, fans. I enjoyed this event, had some really memorable moments, and there wasn't anything close in the ring to what I'd call bad. What more could you really ask for out of a big pay-per-view event? I know Raw and SmackDown can be frustrating some weeks to sit through, especially 3-hour Raws, but you know what? The pay-per-views really hit more often than they miss. WWE TLC is the next big pay-per-view on WWE Network, emanating from the TD Garden right down the street in Boston, Sunday night, December the 13th. let's see what WWE has planned for us in less than 3 weeks, beginning tonight on Monday Night Raw. Don't forget, folks, check out the BostonWrestling.com super site each and every day for news on our holiday headlock celebration now through Christmas Day.